What's up, Raider Nation? Now that the 2025 NFL Draft is behind us, it's time to shift focus toward potential free agent additions for the Silver and Black. After drafting 11 players and signing 16 undrafted free agents, the Raiders roster currently sits at 91 players, including one from the NFL's International Pathway Program. That means if any new additions are made, someone else will need to be cut. What makes this conversation even more interesting is that the Raiders still have about $42.4 million in available cap space. While part of that could go toward contract extensions, like Colton Miller or Jacoby Myers, there's still plenty of room to address roster needs. Let's break down some free agent options based on current team needs. At the top of that list, free safety, though linebacker is a close second. Right now, the Raiders are counting on guys like Isaiah Pola-Mao and Jeremy Chin in the secondary. While both bring value, especially in run support, there's still a clear need for a true deep field safety, someone who can patrol the back end and make plays in coverage. Free agent targets. 1. Justin Simmons, safety. At 31 years old, Simmons is still performing at a high level. Over the last 2 seasons, he's started 31 games and recorded at least 60 tackles and 2 interceptions every year since 2017. He primarily plays free safety, but has the versatility to line up in the box or slot when needed. If the Raiders' defensive line delivers as expected, bringing Simmons in on a 1-year deal could be a smart, low-risk move. Second, Julian Blackmon, safety. Blackmon, 27, is coming off back-to-back strong seasons. He started 62 games over 5 years and has clearly improved each season, a trait any team should value. In the past 2 years alone, he's tallied 7 interceptions, 174 tackles, and posted PFF coverage grades of 72.6, 2023, and 73.5, 2024. He's exactly the type of free safety this defense needs, one who can cover effectively. 3. Jordan Whitehead, safety. Whitehead, 28, brings experience and championship pedigree. He started over 100 games and won a Super Bowl with Tampa Bay. He has familiarity with key figures in the Raiders' front office, and that kind of connection often plays a role in free agency decisions. Whitehead has the ability to play deep, but also offers versatility to line up in the box or slot. 4. Quandre Diggs, safety. At 32, Diggs is a veteran presence with plenty left in the tank. Though limited to 8 games in 2024, he's played 145 games in his career and earned 3 consecutive Pro Bowl nods from 2020 to 2022. His history with Pete Carroll in Seattle could make him a seamless fit in the Raiders' defense. Diggs posted solid PFF grades last season, including a 70.6 in coverage. His familiarity with the coaching style and defensive expectations could help him make an immediate impact. Let's wrap up the free safety discussion with one more name, Marcus Williams. There's no sugarcoating it. Williams struggled last season with the Ravens. In fact, Baltimore's defense improved noticeably after he was taken out of the lineup. Still, if the Raiders are looking for a low-risk, high-upside option, he could be worth a 1-year flyer. From 2017 to 2023, especially during his time with the Saints, Williams showed solid ball skills and range. If he can bounce back to that level, a short-term affordable deal, around $1.2 million, might pay off. Think of it like a resurgence project, similar to what the team has tried with other veterans. Now let's switch gears to another key area of need, linebacker. According to recent fan polls, 54% still see linebacker as the Raiders' biggest need, just ahead of free safety at 31%. Right now, Devin White and Elandon Roberts appear to be the starting duo, but the depth behind them is full of question marks. Guys like Amari Burney, Amari Gaynor, Tommy Eichenberg, and rookie Cody Lindenberg, who was just drafted in the 7th round. It wouldn't be surprising if the team looks for more experience here, especially a linebacker who can cover. First, Kizir White, linebacker. White had a down year last season, but he's still just 29 and started all 17 games. While he didn't line up in the slot often, just 52 snaps, he brings versatility and has averaged 120 tackles per year over the last 4 seasons. His past experience in the AFC West with the Chargers is another bonus, and he could be a solid scheme fit under Patrick Graham. 2. Jawan Bentley, linebacker. Bentley is another option. Though better known for his run defense, he's had 100-plus tackles each season from 2021 to 2023. Unfortunately, a PCL injury in Week 2 last year sidelined him for most of the season. While the Raiders reportedly targeted Christian Ellis before missing out, Bentley could still be a fallback plan. That said, he doesn't offer elite coverage, and expectations should be tempered. Third, Chaz Surratt, linebacker. An unproven name, but potentially worth a look. If the Raiders decide to stick with their current group, Surratt could get a shot to compete in camp. With several young or untested players in the mix, it might come down to who stands out most during the offseason. One under-the-radar name to watch? Amari Gaynor. There's potential there, and he could surprise people if given the opportunity. Let's keep it rolling. Make sure you're subscribed and have notifications turned on. Now let's talk about the nickel corner position. Right now, Darnay Holmes looks like the projected starter at nickel. I actually feel more confident in our outside corners than I do inside. Jacorian Bennett, for example, really held his own on the outside last year, so moving him inside might not make sense. Same goes for Cam Richardson, Eric Stokes, and Darian Porter, all more natural outside guys. So who could the Raiders realistically target to improve the slot corner spot? 1. Mike Hilton. He's arguably the best nickel corner still on the market. He's 31, but still playing at a high level. Over the past 4 seasons, he's posted a PFF grade of 70 or better every year. In his last 2 seasons with the Bengals, Hilton recorded 157 tackles, 13 pass breakups, 3 interceptions, 24 tackles for loss, and 2 sacks. He brings toughness, versatility, and veteran leadership, something this very young secondary could use. If the Raiders do make a move, I wouldn't be surprised if Hilton is the guy. Second, Troy Hill. Another veteran option, Hill played mostly in the slot in 2023. He signed with the Bucs, but appeared in just 2 games. Even so, he totaled 202 snaps at nickel and graded out well in coverage, a 70.6 coverage grade according to PFF. He's not flashy, but the familiarity with Bucs staff, including John Spytek, now with the Raiders, makes him a name worth watching. 3. Asante Samuel Jr. While some fans may want him, let's be real, he's not a nickel. Samuel has played nearly all of his snaps on the outside. Could the Raiders try to convert him inside? Maybe, but it's not where he's best. Still, I know if I left him off the list, people would mention it, so here he is. Just know he's more of an outside option than a true slot defender. Bottom line, Mike Hilton and Troy Hill are the top nickel corners to keep in mind. Next up, wide receiver depth. When I sat down and broke down the Raiders' biggest needs, I came away with 3 positions: free safety, linebacker, and nickel corner. That's really it. But if the Raiders were to add at any other spot, maybe, just maybe, it could be at wide receiver. Why? One name, Keenan Allen. This wide receiver room is young outside of Jacoby Myers, and Allen has a strong connection with wide receivers coach Chris Beatty, who worked with him from 2021 to 2024. On top of that, Keenan grew up a Raiders fan, and he's been consistently productive when healthy, starting at least 10 games every season since 2017. Injuries have been part of the picture, sure, but Allen brings veteran leadership, route-running excellence, and familiarity with the coaching staff. Would signing him hurt Trey Tucker's development? Possibly. And truthfully, I don't expect the Raiders to go this route. But if they do surprise us and sign a veteran receiver, Keenan Allen is the name to remember. After drafting 3 wide receivers, let's talk about another name I know some fans are going to ask about, Amari Cooper. Now, I'm not saying the Raiders are targeting him, but some people still believe he's the top wideout available. So let me just address it. Is there a chance the Raiders sign Amari Cooper? Final Raiders team needs team builders. These next few names aren't necessarily filling major holes on the roster, but they're the type of veteran leaders who help build the culture, rally the locker room, and push everyone to buy in. Let's call them team builders. 1. John Jenkins, defensive tackle. He's 35, yes, but still solid. Honestly, I think he's better than Nesta Jade Silvera, Matthew Butler, and Leki Fotu right now. He gives you interior toughness, veteran experience, and depth. If you're trying to build something strong up front, John Jenkins is a name to consider. 2. Amir Abdullah, running back. This one might surprise some people, but man, give Amir his flowers. Dude was a dog at the end of last season. Even when the team didn't have much to play for, he gave full effort. Yes, we've got Ashton Genty and Raheem Mostert, but do you fully trust Dylan Lobb or Sincere McCormick to carry the load if needed? If not, Abdullah on a $1.2 million deal? At age 30, he still brings heart, experience, and locker room value. It's a name to keep on your radar. 3. Shaq Barrett, edge rusher veteran leader, Super Bowl champion, familiar with both Tom Brady and John Spytek from his Tampa Bay days. And since the Raiders have shown consistent interest in adding pass rush depth, Barrett makes a ton of sense. If you're thinking about moving on from someone like Charles Snowden, why not take a shot on a guy like Barrett? He's had injuries, sure, but if you're already bringing in Devin White, this would be the same logic. Proven vet, knows the system, worth considering.